Hello, Mexican film buffs. I'm Jorge Negre Blanco, the king of Mexico's black and white singing charro movies, doing something I've never done before, speaking English. Yes, I'm having all of my classic Mexican ranchera musicals dubbed, so the millions of non-Spanish speaking Latinos can have the same thrill their padres had watching me star in such great films as The Singing Charro, The Charro Sings, and my only box office flop, The Singing Charro vs. Godzilla. That Godzilla could not carry a tune. Si, senor! For the first time, English-only Latinos, who comprise a whopping 25% of all U.S. Latinos, can see me, the legendary Jorge Negre Blanco, betting on cockfights, kissing las señoritas, and riding horses, all while balladeering full voice in English! And I'll tell you, these folks need something to get their poor little pocho minds off all the dissing they get for not being bilingue. Still, many second and third generation Spanish-free Hispanics consider themselves completely Latino. Personally, I don't think you're completely Latino unless, like me, you can hold a note while wearing a big sombrero, really high boots, and really tight mariachi pants. Ah, hi! So, do you need the mother tongue to be part of La Raza? Chris Franco, who is dubbing me right now, will answer that question on the next Café California. Que viva Chris Franco! Hey, I didn't say that. I mean, I did. No, Chris did. Chris said, Chris, stop putting words in my mouth. I'm the singing charro. Ah, you can see my movies. Oh, things happen to a man when he wears mariachi pants. I'm telling you, they should call them mariachi pants because those pants are tight. Welcome, everybody. Bienvenidos, mis televidentes, to Café California, the talk show which addresses the growing interest of the LA's growing English-speaking Latinos, which happens to be our topic for today. And here's this morning's linguistically gifted panel. Let's meet them. First, we have Alex Gomez. He is a seasoned advertising professional committed to the challenges of developing the Hispanic market, with clients ranging from Pepsi, Pizza Hut, Mitsubishi, and Nike, which are, that's how you say them in Spanish, correct, Alex?
Nike.
Nike? Okay. Alex wants to skip Spanish altogether, and let's just get back to speaking. Now what? But that's how Mexican he is. Welcome, Alex Gomez. We've also got Nelson Salsa Fernandez. He's the only Latino talk show host in the English language FM radio today. Coincidentally, he's the only panelist named Salsa on our show today. So you can hear him on KLSX and KRLA on Sunday mornings. Mr. Fernandez says that speaking Spanish makes life easier for Latinos. Welcome, Nelson Salsa Fernandez.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think the reason that I don't work on radio is I don't have a middle name. I need to be like Chris Boutinier Franco. Or, I don't know.
Boutinier.
Boutinier. Why not? I don't know. Chris. I don't know.
This is Easy Jazz Station.
Easy Jazz. That coffee is good. Okay. Next we got Gene Pompa. He's a really good friend of mine and a terrific stand-up. You've probably seen him on all the big comedy stages. He does all the TV shows. And you also were in a play called Naked Nuns, which is a very progressive order, I gather. Mine, was that Our Lady the Perpetual Pasty or Naked Nuns? Were you in a play called Naked Nuns?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just making things up today, folks. He doesn't speak Spanish. Gene says that the lack of Spanish isn't it doesn't affect his career because that's not his target audience. His target audience are pochos. No, English-speaking comedy mavens. Welcome, Gene Pompa. Hi, Gene. Whatever the heck. David G. Nunez was raised in Whittier and ran for the 34th District Congressional seat in 1996 as a Latino Republican, or a Republican Latino, whatever I guess got you more votes. He believes that we can maintain our culture without having to speak Espanol, but then David also believes that you can maintain a girlish figure and still eat flan. So that puts it into perspective. Here comes the topic, ladies and gentlemen. The topic is that one of our nation's fastest growing demographics is the non-Spanish speaking Latinos. long ignored by both the English and Spanish-speaking media and maligned by some of their countrymen for not speaking Español correctamente. Today, the English-only speaking Latino is not only growing in numbers, but is likely to derive a salary 3 times greater than the Spanish-only speaking American Latino. That is the reality. Welcome, everybody. Before we got here, the point, we were talking about, you know, the top, Jorge Negro y Blanco is a parody on Jorge Negrete. And Gene didn't know that. And we said that is the point of reference is switch. That's like not knowing Gene Autry or not knowing Dale Evans or
no, because Dale Evans and Gene Autry are American icons. And what you're talking about is a very select Spanish-speaking audience that is telegraphed to foreign countries and not primarily the United States. I just happen to watch English television, not Spanish television.
Oh, well.
World history, not here, I guess.
Okay, I want to get right into it, guys. Do you think that by learning English, when you learned English, obviously, and did you ever speak Spanish?
I spoke some Spanish when I was a child to my mom's parents.
David, do you speak Spanish? Did you ever speak Spanish?
No, you know, my mother spoke Spanish, my father didn't, so, and we...
Because his mother wouldn't give an opportunity, or?
No, it was completely prohibited.
It was prohibited, why? This is a key, because...
No, actually, I'm joking, it wasn't prohibited.
It used to be in the 50s.
Yeah, it was totally discouraged when I was a kid.
I'm sorry.
It was very painful to hear my father try to speak Spanish, so...
the humiliation, the humiliation. And Alex, how did you learn English?
We came here when I was 3 years old from
Me too.
Guadalajara. Yeah, and we learned how to speak English here. Probably got rid of the Spanish accent somewhere around the 5th or 6th grade.
Somewhere around Wilshire Boulevard is where I lost it. The accent's gone.
Actually, I lost it on the corner of Whittier and Atlantic over in East LA. So, no, but
You're Spanish?
I left my Spanish on the corner of Whittier Boulevard.
No, but I mean, you know, having been brought up to David's point, when we were brought here with our family, it was sort of a thing where we were told, don't speak Spanish because be careful. You know, something's going to bad will happen to you out on the street, and so
for us, you're Latino.
Yeah. Well, no, they'll know that you're Mexican first. I mean, people used to say, no, don't say that you're Mexican. Say that you're Spanish. No, yo soy mexicano.
¿Verdad?
Okay, yo soy mexicano. De tiro. And being out there, growing up like that, at some point you lost sort of the soul that you came with, in a sense, and you had worked so hard to get that back.
Let's talk Nelson. What?
I grew up speaking both English and Spanish, so I never really saw the problem. I was
at what age did you come here? Were you
actually, I was born here. Okay, and to understand, I grew up hearing all the stereotypical names and all the other stuff that comes with it. But for me,
did they call you Nelson Salsa Fernandez?
Later on.
That's a good name. Maybe I can use it in radio.
Later on.
Nelson Salsa Fernandez.
Later on. But more importantly, I think for me it was just the idea that I never really had a problem. I spoke it at home, I spoke it in school, so it didn't bother me. Only when I left New York City was when I realized that there was a big segregation going on about speaking Spanish and all that kind of stuff.
Now listen, do you think, I mean, the old days they used to not want kids to learn English for the stigma of knowing that you were not part of the mainstream America, which was pretty 50s. But at the same time, the kids that learn English seem to do scholastically better. I want to know, do you think that by teaching a child English, that he is going to fail at Spanish, or conversely, by teaching kids Spanish, that he's going to have problems with English? What were your, not your grades?
No, absolutely not. I mean, when I was a child, when I was about, 3 or 4 or 5 years old, we were just discouraged from speaking Spanish because there was no use in it. It absolutely had no, I mean,
no,
I don't mean to be offensive.
Wait a minute, but
we lived in an area that was predominantly Mexican-American in Pico Rivera, and our own neighbors would just say, you know, there was no reason. Who are you going to speak Spanish to? I mean, that was their theory. When the ancestors came over from Mexico, the culture at home was American. My parents were born in America, and my grandparents were also born in America. I'm full-blood
like
Mexican.
Fourth generation?
Yeah, and my grandma, in fact, is 88 years old. I'm going to go see her today. It's her birthday in Montebello.
Oh, happy birthday.
But I'm just telling you. So the theory was, why would you learn Spanish? Why would you have such a grasp of Spanish over English? The ideal was the mobility of the classes. You came here from Mexico, and you want to be part of American society. You want to be part of the American English dominant society because you wanted to assimilate.
Well,
not necessarily to eradicate your cultural
David,
ties,
that's the difference
but it's simply you've decided to become an American.
With more Cafe California.
That was a conscious decision.
I want to know, David, about your background. How did you...
Well,